Hi everyone. I thought I would do a short that about something on my mind, and that is my theory on Aspergers and why it develops the way it does. So, I think people with Aspergers tend to be just the same as everyone else in a lot of ways. It's just from the early stage we're bombarded by the openness and the experiences of the world, and this means we develop later in life, but we're also open to these experiences more. A lot of people will say that people with Asperger's lack filters and the ability to see what's important and whatnot, but I don't think that's quite right. I feel that for me, I was bombarded by all the things that exist in the world, and it was just intense. I felt so much and thought so much when I was a kid that I couldn't express it and I couldn't cope with it because it's overwhelming. The world is so amazing and full of so many impressive experiences and elements, and being absolutely saturated with them from birth kind of obscures your view from what other people think is important. I think that from an early age, most people like me are just learning to experience the world. We can't turn off what we feel. We can't turn off the amount of stimuli that's coming into our receptors. And I think what happens is a lot of people with Asperger's tend to be learning to deal with the experiences and the stimuli that's coming into them. And this is an openness to experience because you're experiencing every one of these situations and sensations. And the world is really an amazing place in that kind of respect. And I feel that it takes a long time to really experience something fully. Also, learn to know how to experience it. And being that way it's actually put me to a point where I've experienced more than I imagine a lot of people have. I see and feel a lot of that. In no way am I saying that neurotypicals are what's the word? Ignorant of these experiences. They know they're there. They know it's as well. Like the sensation of having sand in your hand and just letting it drip through. That is an unbelievable sensation. But a lot of people just go, "Oh, it's just sand." But for me, it was just such a sensation in my hand when I pour it through my hand and play with it. And I wanted to know and experience all those sensations from that experience. And I feel this is where people see people with Asperger's being disabled because we seem to be over bombarded by overstimulation. I don't think that's quite right. I love the fact that I can feel and experience things on such a deep level that my view is unobscured by the experience. It does mean that, however, that we tend to develop later. Like social skills didn't seem that important to me later in life when I realized that a lot of people around me, my peers being that, they were experiencing these relations with others. And I wanted to join in on that. But I also feel like they were missing out on some of the more amazing sensations of just being in the situation and experiencing what the world was putting in front of them. I actually I love being me, and I love being a person who has this difference. I wish I could share it with everyone, to be truthful. I wish that they could enjoy it the way I enjoyed it. I have to admit, I didn't have a childhood like everyone else, but that didn't bother me. The fact that I was confused that everyone else seemed to think that all these other ideas were more important than what I was experiencing was strange. I felt that everyone else was kind of confused about what they were doing. And I think that the expectations that are put on people with Asperger's to behave like everyone else tend to be the downfall for most people with Asperger's because they want to do what their parents are asking them. They want to get it and they want to fit in. But at the same time, they lose themselves when they give up that choice of experience that comes from the openness to the world. And I tell you, the most interesting and dynamic people I know of are the ones that have gone through incredible hardships and unbelievable good luck and good favor. These people are the ones that are open to the world. I think it's more about keeping that openness and not letting go of it. Not letting the world jade you, not letting the world close you up. Being open to situations and bad situations too. As some of you might know, that I might have mentioned in a couple of vids, I did actually lose one of my best friends of 7 years to suicide a few years ago, and it was incredibly painful. But I wasn't closed up to it, I was open to it. I let the fact that this happened, and it confused me for a while and upset me for a long while. I still feel upset sometimes when that time of year comes around, but I don't close up towards it. I stay open to the fact that pain teaches you. Pain is, yeah, painful, and it's not something you'd want to wish onto another person, but at the same time, you shouldn't shy away from it if it happens to you. You should accept it and understand how the lesson was written into it. In that respect, I learned the real truth for me was that I never thought suicide would ever be a good idea because it didn't fix anything. It only stopped the pain that the person was going through. But if you accept the pain that you're going through and try to find the lesson within it, you're more likely to conquer it and beat it. And me just thinking logically, that's a way to solve the problem. That's a way to um, conquer your demons and achieve a higher level of understanding. Like I've been through a lot in my life, and I think that actually makes me more of an interesting character and more of a amazing person that people want to get to know. I have a good talent for turning bad situations into good or changing a situation to my advantage, whether it's bad or good for me. And the whole idea of bad and good is actually an idea we've made in our own heads. There's only what happens, it happens, and the results that are attached with it. Bad and good's a duality that we feel is, I don't know, yeah, I think it's somewhere we try to explain our lives, and I don't think it's quite right. And frankly, I love the experiences I go through, and through all the pain I've been through, I don't think I'd change it. Not one bit. Because, as I heard once, um, the bad things don't suppress the good things. They don't change that. They only do if you let them, if you let them jade you. And vice versa. The good things don't always lessen the bad things. But the good things are there nonetheless. And if you're not open to them, then you're going to go through life feeling all the pain and none of the pleasure. I, for one, I'm an optimist. And you know what? I'd rather be disappointed thousands of times before I regretted not having the opportunity to be receptive to something good coming through my life. And I think this is why I actually succeed when a lot of people seem to not. I'm not. Um, I don't see myself as being superior because I can do these kind of things. I just see this as good wisdom and good understanding. And this is actually one of the reasons I started this YouTube channel was because I wanted to share these insights with people for the hope that they could take them on and see if it worked for them. Because sharing and understanding has brought me so much in my life that just makes me so happy. So my theory behind Aspergers and the problems that develop with it being that social incapability and incompatibility with neurotypical understanding comes from the fact that by the time we start actually developing as ourselves, we tend to have closed off to everyone around us and all the people that have maybe treated us slightly harshly or something like that. I have to admit, Donald Williams' book, Color to the Blind, very, very good book. I recommend it to anyone and everyone. It goes through the stages of how she realizes that she was actually closing herself off to the world through the situations and what she'd been through. And then she goes on an actual mission to get rid of the jadedness of her own life and really kind of a spiritual journey in a way. And it's quite an impressive story. I really like it. It helped me in a lot of ways. Oh, sorry, I kind of got off subject there. Yeah, so my theory behind most of the autistic traits that make people consider us disabled is the fact that we are too receptive to the existence of the rest of the world, and we just can't turn that off, and that's where we seem to be lagging in the development of what most people consider important. I feel that this is true in a way, but also not. For me, I would much have preferred to had the time to develop in all the other ways and then catch up with everything else because I think neurotypicals just tend to pick a generalization of skills and apply to that, and this is including social skills. So, and because this is considered the norm, so everyone tends to follow it. I'm not saying that social skills are not important, they are. I just feel that people with Asperger's tend to finally get into it at a point where the learning curve is too high for them, and this is where they started getting really jaded and really difficult with social skills. As for the other things with Asperger's, I think it's in the same retrospect. For jobs, for instance, they incorporate a lot of social skills, a lot of dynamics. Anyway, this is my short little rant on the theory behind autism, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed telling you guys. So, have fun and have a good night.